Welcome to Next Level Chats with Punk Mbedzi. Remember, you can get a 1 gig data bundle by just dialing star 128 hash, and you can get 1 gig for only 19 bucks. Today I have a guest. Her name is DBN Gogo. Uh, Please introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm DBN Gogo. I was born Mandisa Khatebe, Kwamashu in Durban. I have lived most of my life in Pretoria. As many of you may know, I DJ.
Thanks. The reason I was laughing because you corrected me earlier on there saying it's Deben, not
Yeah,
Durban.
Durban, like DEBN,
And how did
Durban.
you come up with that name? I know a lot of people have asked you this before, but the PG-13 version of how you came up with your name.
Okay, PG-13 version, my friends gave it to me. It works because I am from Durban. And then obviously, when people say Togoza Koko,
Mm,
I'm very much inclined with my spiritual side and everything.
mm.
So, yeah, I am the Gogo from Durban.
That's dope. That's dope. So if you could describe yourself using 3 words, your personality, not just your music, the music side of yourself, just your whole personality. 3 words. What would they be?
Gemini,
Okay.
obviously, because you have
Yeah.
both sides. Driven,
Mm-hmm.
ambitious.
Mm. Yeah, I really can attest to the last one because I met you in 2018, right?
Mm,
First time. I had heard about you the previous month. The
mm.
first time I met you, previous month, I heard about you. And just hearing about you, I was like, no, this person needs to be on this show, you remember? So, how's the journey been for you, how's the journey been for you as an artist breaking into this industry, a very tough industry?
It's been, I mean, amazing for the most part.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of hard work that's gone in, long nights, short days,
Mm.
ups and downs, but more than anything, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Um, because I've done it my way. There's no one who has helped me get to the point. I have literally broken my back in to get to this point.
Yeah.
And entertainment is tough, dude. You know it. It's
Yeah.
tough. It's a
Yeah.
doggy dog world. Um, so even just it being male dominated, I
Mm.
think even the time that I came in, there was a lot of room for fresh, new female talent.
Yeah.
And I mean, being a DJ yourself, DJing is a bit boring.
Yeah.
Like we're just watching you or we're dancing to the music, like. But then I think I brought a different element with just the way that I do my mixes, the way that I sing along to the music, the way that I dance while I'm playing. So,
Mm.
obviously we get more time than live acts. So
Mm.
it's like, why
Mm.
don't you put on the show as well?
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I'm just grateful for the journey because it's taught me a lot about everything, including myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has that always been the dream? Because I think I ask a lot of people that you said entertainment is very challenging and hard. Take a lot of knocks, but you still keep going. But there has to be a reason why you still keep, like, you still saying, I'm going to do it. When did it start? Like, what inspired you to say, okay, I'm going to start doing this thing? And no matter what, I'm just going to go with the flow.
I think from a very young age, I was always just into music. I was in ballet, I stayed fids, I played the piano at some point, we did the recorder. I
Yeah.
was in a dance group, like a hip hop dance group. So entertainment's just always been my thing. Even growing up, Gogmiri Makeba used to come to the house a lot.
Hmm.
She was one of my mom's best friends, so I was always around, music and good music and talented
Mm.
people. So I don't think DJing was ever really my first choice. It was just a thing that happened because obviously I enjoyed partying a lot.
Yeah.
I used to get into trouble for it even. But then, it got to a point, I think I was at Moloko one day, I think first year. And like the DJs that night were just like, I mean, like, I said, when it doesn't build, it keeps
Yeah.
doing this, and then it
Yeah.
does this. And then I was like, you know what? I think my musical ear is probably better. I think I could do this. I just need to learn how to.
Yeah.
So obviously struggled. Eventually, 2017, my friend GJ Venom taught me. I think we had 4 official lessons.
Hmm.
Then I had my first gig at Fontaine in
Wow.
February. Yeah, but I mean, it was like 12 o'clock. Only my friends were there and the staff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just random stuff like that. I would go open gigs anywhere I could. I'd just go practice. I mean, even till today, I'm learning a lot about
Mm.
just how to use the equipment and just how to use your ear. Because he used to tell me, it's like, dude, obviously I can tell you how to mathematically move the pitch and the BPMs and
Yeah.
whatever, but you actually have to listen. No one can teach you timing or all those other things. No one
Mm.
can give you that thing that every
Like
DJ
reading the
has.
crowd as well.
Yeah, reading
Yeah.
the crowd. Like you have to learn. You must use your
Mm.
ear. And I think it hit me for the first time last week. Like, oh, okay, I must use my ear because I was very like, okay, the BPM has to be exactly at this point. But like,
Mm.
songs change
Yeah.
during the course of the song, so it's like you have to learn. Um, yeah, man.
So, this whole thing starts, you say you're gonna do music, you're chasing music. How did your folks take it? Because you're saying you got into trouble quite a lot. Now you're going from partying to making people party. I'm guessing that's not even better. So how did they take that?
So they were very much against it, actually. I think my mom, for the very first time, is starting to realize it's a real thing when she saw me on Lockdown House Party.
Wow.
So lockdown was actually kind of a blessing and a bit of a curse,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like, okay, I can see you on TV now doing this thing that you say. Because my mom always say, "Man, this is your performer." I'm just like, okay, I'm playing, I'm not performing, but
Yeah.
okay. And it's just like, sharp. Like people actually get recognized for this thing. Like it was such a weird thing. She always used to say, "Dude, you're never gonna be Black Coffee." I'm just like, I'm not trying to be Black Coffee. I'm
Mm.
trying to be beyond that,
Mm.
you know. And it was just like I didn't have a plan B, so I had to show them.
Sure.
I mean, as much I went to Chatz, I was studying law. Things got really hectic, so I ended up having to just pause for a bit.
Yeah.
And my plan was to go back this year if lockdown continued. But I mean, it's been 2 weeks and things are crazy again. Like we're back.
Yeah.
But
I think we're even saying off air that you're one of the few artists that are even being booked as we are opening up again,
yeah,
and that's crazy. And I think more than anything, it just speaks about like the freshness that you're bringing into the whole DJing thing, and cool. Beginning of the year, lockdown happens. You have all these plans. I don't know how far ahead you plan, but lockdown happens. What's going through your mind then?
I was really terrified because I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, what do I do for money now?
Mm,
I wish I had finished school. Maybe I could get a job or whatever. But I was like, I don't have a plan B. This is the only plan that I have,
sure.
and I have to make it work.
Mm,
So yeah, I started eventually. I booked equipment, paid for it myself, doing my YouTube videos, going live, just keeping busy, keeping on top of mind. And yeah, like I was saying to you earlier, PH said he's just like, dude, during lockdown, if you're not working as hard as you were or harder
mm,
than before the lockdown, you're not gonna make it out.
mm.
And I was just like, that really shook me. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I have to, I have to make a way.
Yeah.
Besides, obviously, the shows, your lockdown, your trace, your
Mm,
scene plays, everything. I was just like, besides that, I need to be able to sustain myself
mm.
and also keep my people entertained. Because I know, I mean, a lot of these virtual parties try to charge, and it's just like no one's gonna pay to sit at home and watch you.
And I think that's the biggest thing, like with events now. Like we
Mm.
don't have that crowd element. We don't have people there. And you were talking about learning a few things like reading the crowd.
Mm.
What do you miss most about events, and like how much has that changed for you since lockdown happened? Like you're saying you were DJing before, you were getting gigs, it was going up. Like how much has changed since the whole pandemic happened beginning of the year?
I mean, a lot. Um, Even like I was saying, I do weekly mixes on
Yeah.
radio, and it's like you kind of lose the momentum or just the energy because you feed off of the energy exchange when you're playing in front of a live crowd.
Yeah.
Even sometimes you'll surprise yourself, like, damn, that was a great transition. Like, at least they heard it,
Yeah.
they danced.
Yeah.
It doesn't translate the same when I'm watching from like a screen or whatever. Um, level 2, since certain places have been allowed to be open. Has it really changed? I think the reception's been crazier.
Wow.
Um, yeah, just obviously trying to be like, okay, guys, certain things you can't do, you can't hug me, you can't whatever. But like, people are just
It's
very
just
happy.
wilding out.
Yeah, they're wilding.
Yeah.
So it's been a tough thing adjusting to that, but I think we're back better than ever.
Yeah. And I think also from the lockdown, we got an EP from you.
Oh
Yeah. One of the things I think a lot of artists speak about is how lockdown has forced them to be more creative, to work more, you know. Tell us about your EP, and what inspired it to be the project it is now.
So the EP happened. DJ Dino from My Melody hit me up. He's like, I've set up a studio,
Mm.
pull up, we can do a few songs for you. I've got an in-house producer. I was like, okay, well, I also actually partnered with my own fellow Liti. I'm sure, I mean, he was part of your guys' fraternity in the Afro Tech side. He was even worried, like, Ish, these guys are gonna say I'm doing I'm a piano. And I was like, hey, Doug, you gotta move.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, let's do some songs for you. So he pulled up with my friend Bali, Tiamo, Cook Sister. I was like, okay, these are my vocalists. Let's see. Then eventually, I was just like, let's just drop a joint project.
Mm.
I think collaboration works a lot better right now, even just with the trends that we're seeing in the industry.
Yeah.
And just when you combine efforts, it just makes it that much better.
Yeah.
And I've said in past interviews, like, Amapiano kind of found me. It wasn't the thing I started with, even when I first met you.
Mm.
Um, it kind of just found me at the right place at the right time, and I got immersed into it. But I'm not an Amapiano originator, and I
Mm.
wouldn't be able to make or drop it on my own.
Mm.
I must always work with people who are part of the culture.
Yeah.
So I was like, dog, let's do a joint EP,
Mm.
and let's see. You have support from a very big community in Mamelodi.
Mm.
Obviously, I come with a different element, and yeah, yo, it was amazing. The music was amazing. Everything we made is on the EP.
Yeah.
Like we just said, these 7 songs, we're dropping them. Like no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking about collaborations, right? Um, and at the beginning, you were saying this industry is a dog world, but how important are relationships for you? And how do you go about establishing relationships in such a, I don't want to say fake,
Mm.
but a very, building up images of like, this is how I am,
Mm.
public perception. How important is it for you to build genuine relationships within this industry, and how does that usually happen for you?
I think it's one of the most important things. You cannot do anything without other people.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that I want to work with people that I trust.
Mm.
As much as anything, like there has to be a good, like even just on a personal level. Even if I'm saying, call my manager, he'll help you, he'll sort you out. It's not even a weird thing of me saying I don't want to deal with you directly. It's just like it's easier scheduling wise, and
Yeah.
just so that we all are on the same level, because people tend to take advantage,
Mm.
if they're speaking to
Mm.
you directly.
Mm.
But like I make sure I have my own personal relationship with promoters, other DJs, events, companies, brands,
Yeah.
um, and just I think being honest,
Mm.
about what you will accept, what you won't accept, and also working off of a, if we do this, then we can obviously work again in future. Let's
Mm.
build and grow this relationship. And I think it's been a testament actually of my entire journey, because
Yeah.
brands that jumped on even at the beginning are still here today.
Mm.
So I think human element is something we must never forget.
Yeah.
Even if you're speaking over email,
Yeah.
we're still human beings,
Exactly.
and we have to grow and build our relationship, because that's the only way we strengthen one another.
No, that's dope. I
Mm.
really agree with that because sometimes I think we are short-sighted, like with how we build our careers and
Mm.
how we build our brands. But you've, like, even how I reached out to you at the beginning, it
Mm.
was a very, hey, listen, I heard about you.
Mm.
Please come and play at the show that I'm doing. And you were very like open and you're like, no, let's do it.
Mm.
And I've seen that growth, and I've seen you also collaborating with people or getting that nod from, the people within the industry. So there's a term that comes with that, and I don't really like hearing it. It's female DJ, you know, like female producer.
Oh.
How do you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with being labeled as one thing? When you started this whole thing, you didn't say I want to be the best female DJ. You wanted to be a DJ.
Yeah.
You know.
I think I deal with it by just proving that, you can contain me. I am not boxed by anything or
Yeah.
anyone. I mean, you don't call a doctor a female or a male doctor. Um, it's just like a weird thing, but it's like, okay, it's part of the culture. So
Mm.
let that be that. But I'm not here to compete against the other females. I'm here to compete against everyone.
Yeah.
And the testament of my journey is that I am definitely doing that.
And how's the industry receiving you? The people within, like, how are the people that are, within the industry, how are they receiving you saying, I'm gonna break all these boundaries. I'm gonna, you know,
Dude,
change status quo.
it's been genuinely great.
Hmm.
There'll obviously be people here and there. A lot of people will come, especially at the beginning. It's just like obviously we can use one another, but then, my usage ends at some point
Yeah.
because I'm going beyond, how you can use me. So
Mm.
then people had to obviously readjust and be like, okay, actually her plans are a lot bigger and better. And it's just like, what, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. I mean, that's my problem, and that's not something I'm going to allow to happen. But I've had really amazing talks with like Zintle and all sorts of
Mm.
people in the industry, and it's just like, you know, um, there's nothing even I, as the person that I am, can do for you because you're on your own journey and you're killing it. And I don't want to disturb that. But just
Mm.
know we're watching, we're proud, and, we're rooting for you. And it's just like, eventually, when the time comes, when we get to the same space,
Mm.
we'll be able to collaborate and do all sorts of things. So it's been great. I think I've defied a lot of odds and a lot of, you know, um,
Naysayers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, and they were saying,
Yeah.
ooh, they were saying while I was doing. So
Yeah. No, that's really dope that you
yeah.
you came out. But now you making music right now as well. You're DJing as well. But if you didn't go this route, if you were not that girl that was always like had that musical ear, who would I be talking to today? Mandisa, who?
I have no idea. Like I said to you, I did not have a plan B.
Mm.
People even ask, please teach me, this and that. I also want to do it. My mom wants me to finish. I'm just like, guys, let me tell you now, if I listen to my mom, I think I would be in a very different space.
Yeah.
Finish. This thing is so uncertain.
Mm.
This industry is so uncertain. And, as much as people can be talented, to be an actual product that can sell, you have to have a lot of different elements,
Mm.
together.
Mm.
And it's just like you never know if you're gonna pop or flop.
Mm.
So try be as diverse and as educated as you can,
Mm.
because like I said, I didn't have another plan. I don't have another plan. So wow,
Yeah.
if this doesn't work, I don't know.
But it's gonna work. I don't think it's something you should worry about. I believe that,
Thank
but
you.
with the growth comes the spotlight as well. Comes people knowing you as an individual as opposed to knowing the brand. Where's the line? Like, where do you draw the line to what you show people? Is it you want to just portray the brand, the Durban
Mm.
Gogo brand, or are you that type of person that says, okay, I'm going to let people into my life. They'll know everything. If I go through a breakup, they'll know
Mm.
it. If I go through this, everyone will know it.
I don't think those kind of things. A lot of personal things I won't always speak about.
Yeah.
Like I show what I show as much as I possibly can. I interact with my supporters. I mean, even when they ask me what's the name of the song, I will text them back, I will
Mm.
DM them back, I will post them. And it's like, it's really important to have that kind of connection.
Mm.
Obviously, it gets more difficult the more followers you end up getting. But I try as much as I can. So, we've split up the team to handle certain social media accounts because even your Facebook, it's crazy there. And like Facebook is a different breed.
It's
So
another world.
you have to interact with them. But once you lose touch of that thing, people will be very quick to turn on you. And I think I've just always been a people's person.
Yeah.
I struggle saying no.
Mm.
And it's like people always just like, dude, you're not gonna. And I'm like, I know, but like, I have to try.
Mm.
Until I've really broken my back and be like, yo, I actually can't do it anymore. I
Yeah.
will always try.
Mm. Okay.
Mm.
So let's go back to the beginning of the year. They announced lockdown and everything. Confused and stressed, but I think as time went by, people started picking up hobbies, what to do, to keep
Mm.
themselves busy. What new hobbies did you pick up this year because of the pandemic?
Hobbies.
Yes.
Napping twice a day. Wow. Yeah. What new hobbies did I pick up? I won't lie. There's nothing I can really think of. I made banana bread.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone did it. I make very amazing pancakes. Um, no, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was just the music.
It was just the music.
So after this project, I mean, when we were talking earlier on off air, you were saying that you just, yeah, you take it as it comes.
Hmm.
Do you see yourself dropping more music, or should we expect that from you? Because you didn't. I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure you didn't see yourself dropping that EP a while back.
No, no, I really
Exactly.
didn't.
So, but do you see yourself dropping more music?
Definitely, yeah. We were actually gonna drop on Friday, and then my manager's like, "Dude, just give me 2 weeks, so I can plan something out." We have a few like instrumentals, so we're
Mm.
just gonna do like a free drop for DJs, and then as we start to record, because we were actually supposed to go back to studio last week, and things have just been crazy since level 2. So I haven't even found a chance. I'm hoping tomorrow I'll be back in studio.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of content. There's a lot of music. I mean, there's a lot of people that want to work now, and it's just like yo scheduling, and then also gigs, and it's just like that's
Yeah.
why it's really important to have your own studio at home so that when you get back you can get into it. And that is my biggest challenge right now
Mm.
because I don't have my own studio space.
Mm.
So that's what I'm trying to build now so that we can
Yeah.
keep going. I think a lot of us we've really learned watching Scorpion Kings. Yeah, they've laid down the
Yeah.
blueprint and it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Just keep on pushing,
You
keep on
have to.
working.
You have to.
But now you in Gauteng now, obviously. But how's the environment different from where you're originally from? And do you see yourself saying, okay, I'm gonna settle, I'm going back home, you know, starting afresh there?
No, Durban is wonderful. The people are wonderful, but it's very relaxed, very laissez-faire. Um, I need the fastness. I need the pace
Mm.
of Gauteng, Johannesburg. Um, Obviously, probably have a home down there, whatever, but I don't see myself actually leaving Gauteng
Yeah.
unless I would obviously be doing like summer overseas somewhere. But I really want to tour Africa. That is like my biggest thing, and I think a lot of DJs kind of miss that. Everyone
Mm.
wants to go to Ibiza, but it's like when you're in Ibiza, as even just as a black person,
Mm.
if you're not standing next to coffee, who knows you? Who's coming to your gigs to come watch you?
Yeah.
If you don't have a following in Africa, the diaspora is all over the world. Who's gonna come
Mm.
and watch you?
Mm.
So it's really important that we build a base here and that we collaborate with African people. I mean, actually, I just got a text now. One of the songs from the EP has been playlisted on Cool FM in Nigeria,
Wow.
so that's amazing. Yeah, Kenya is on the phone. Tanzania, as soon as they open the airports,
You're out.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, and I like that. I like
Yeah.
that the fact that you're saying you want to tour Africa because a lot of people saying, want to make music. I want to go to Europe. That's the goal. But Africa has a lot of people that want our music. I've seen as well in countries like Nigeria, they're adapting the piano sound as well.
100%.
You know, so you do you see yourself building a bigger brand outside of Africa than South Africa? Is that like one of the goals that you aspire to achieve, where you know that DBN Gogo is not around from March until whatever because she's touring Africa?
I think there has to be a balance.
Mm.
I don't think it must ever be a thing of my brand should be bigger outside of home. If you don't have support at home, then where do you really have support?
Yeah.
I think people, if you even just watching the moves of just the industry and even record labels from overseas, they don't want you to come that side and do what they're doing. They
Mm.
want market share in Africa.
Yeah.
So you need to be focusing on what's happening here.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's obviously a bit easier, I think, for us because we're not as far. It's not like traveling to Europe or America where it's
Mm.
like almost 20-hour flight. We can go quickly in and out between ourselves. Um, and our summers are basically the same.
Mm.
So I'm hoping any time of the year, it's go time. I think we're the only ones who really experience like proper winter also, besides Lesotho.
Yeah, I think so too.
Everywhere else,
Yeah.
it's warm all the
Yeah.
time. So
Do you see yourself doing a show, like your own show, like your
like
own
a festival.
fest? Yeah.
I think so. I always used to say I'm not really interested in doing my own things because money. It takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I think eventually we'll get it right. I mean, I started a bit last year. Gogo. I was hosting a TSC,
Mm.
so we'll see. But I think so.
The reason I'm asking that is that people that I chat to usually talk about how they starting to have a mindset, like a music business mindset, you
You have
know. Yeah, because at the beginning it's all about the passion. I just love the sound I play. Where was the moment when you realize that listen, there needs to be a balance. It's not just sound. There needs to be the business element of it. How did that transition come, when you started realizing that listen, I need to take this also as a business as opposed to just doing it for fun.
I think when brands started having an interest and I was like not even a big name,
Mm.
like I had less than 10K followers, but there was something that they would see.
Yeah.
Even now today, some people are like, yeah, but Gogo has so many brands on her page. She works with too many brands. No, even when they send contracts and they're saying like I'm restricted, I'm like, I can't work with people like that. You see who I work with on the regular.
Mm.
They don't sign me officially. I
Mm.
don't sign them on officially, but there's a working relationship. If you're going to restrict me from doing that and you're also not coming with the coins,
Yeah.
I can't work like that because I mean I have the people that I work with on the regular.
Mm.
So I think I saw it when I started, taking care of just the image, always
Mm.
posting. I've, I'm sure you've seen a lot of DJs now are posting their sets. I think it
Yeah.
was something that I kind of started, like posting when you're playing and just the crowd and the dancing.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, people got really interested in that. People were like, yo, I can't wait to come see you live. I feel like I'm there when you're playing.
Yeah.
So it's just like there's actually a business in image.
Mm.
So people are willing to pay for that, and that's where you change the music to music business.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that little girl, that little Mandisa, that's just watching something like this, they inspired, obviously, partying and everything. But what would you tell someone like her, What would you tell her? Like, she has the same dreams that you have or you've grown to have. What would you tell someone like her?
That you have to reach beyond your wildest imagination. You have to work. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be like the hardest thing you've ever done. People are gonna say no, but
Yeah.
as long as you're saying yes to yourself, you have to push. Um, you have to be strong-willed.
Mm.
You know. Um, you're worthy.
Hmm.
You oh God. Oh. You have to be driven.
Mm.
You can't just take chances. You must know exactly what you're doing, exactly where you want to go, where you see yourself. You must speak things into existence.
Yeah.
You must match it with hard work. You
Yeah.
have to pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't be like me. Have plans. Have the plan B, C,
Yeah.
everything. But yeah, man. Only you can make your dreams come true.
Absolutely.
Do not wait for anyone else to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, lockdown happened. We got a lot of music that came out. 5 songs that
Go.
stick out for you that be like, you always jamming those tunes. You're always pumping them in your car, at home.
Oh, they change all the time.
Right now, okay. Right now.
Oh gosh.
Can you even down it to 3?
I mean, Kista.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kista happened actually before lockdown. It wasn't officially released, but if you watch that 2-hour Moja set, like that's the part that everyone was posting. Like, what song is this? Folklore 6th grade, man. So super talented.
Yeah.
Kista, everything from Gabza. Can't even name one. I think my favorite right now is probably Wangizvela and I'm the King of Piano with Shasha. I love Kush Kush by Big Sky.
Doesn't have to be house only, by the way.
Everything Beyonce. And what's that song actually that I really love? It's the deep narratives.
Yeah.
Love that song. Oh, yeah. Actually, I must come for you guys. I'm gonna drop something technical. Honestly.
Yeah, I just take over everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank
Thank you for sharing a bit of your story. And I really appreciate your time. From my side, I've just seen you break all those walls down. Those doors that were closed, you just like, there's not a door, you know? So keep on pushing the way you're pushing. I'm really inspired. And I know that we're going to hear a lot from you.
Thank you so much, and congrats on the nuptials.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Win big with Next Level. Stand a chance to win a brand new iPhone 11. All you gotta do is dial *128# and SMS your number to 32118, and you could win a brand new iPhone 11. All you gotta do is buy 1 gig data for only 19 rands.